the West Midlands has developed another gastronomic speciality. After grey peas and bacon and Balti, there's a new kid on the block. The Desi pub. These are traditional boozers which serve up freshly cooked Indian food. Places like the Vine in West Bromwich, the Merry Maid in Highgate in Birmingham, the Hen and Chickens on Constitution Hill. For most of us, these have become part of the normal landscape for eating out and drinking out, but nowhere else in the country has them, not in any numbers anyway. And now one man has set himself the challenge of dining out in every one. His name is Matt Danks. He's recording his adventures in a blog called Grillers in the Mixed. Very good, Matt. How are you? You right?
I'm very well, Adrian. Thank you.
So, Desi pubs, then, that's the kind of the catch-all phrase for these places, isn't it? Just describe them to us.
Well, where it separates really from your traditional curry houses, these tend to be pubs, very often ones that have become a bit run down and closed down. And what's happened over the last sort of 20 years, it's a gradual phenomenon, if you like, where Indian owners have taken over these pubs, started to install kitchens, selling curries, particularly tandoori mixed grills, which is my particular favourite. And it's something that's gradually started to become a bit of a regular feature in the on street corners up and down the Black Country and Birmingham area.
Yeah, and it is, as I say, now, because it's crept upon us, it's just there now. But perhaps we don't quite appreciate what we've got, because there are dozens of these now around the West Midlands, and you do not see these kind of pubs anywhere else.
You don't, and I think it's one of those things that I really think is a fantastic thing to be passionate about in this part of the world. I mean, it's almost part of two parts of our culture coming together: our love of pubs, and also our love of multiculturalism and Indian food. You know, put them both together, and you get these pubs. And I reckon there's around about 50 of them now in sort of like Birmingham, the Black Country. There's ones sort of appearing almost every day, it seems, and ones that I'm finding out about all the time. And it really is something that's a fantastic sign of our culture around here.
And you've set yourself the target then of eating in every one of these Desi pubs. I mentioned earlier, and they were shocked there, that my producer, and I said he's a big chap, he's Matt, and they thought, oh, he'll be offended. You won't be offended by that, would you?
Absolutely. No, it's a sort of challenge I relish, Adrian. I think. The love of it really came from my involvement at Sporting Khalsa, which is a football club in Willenhall, and they've got an Indian chef there as well. So they do all the kind of mixed grills, and then it kind of got to the stage where a lot of my friends who live different parts of the Black Country all have favourite places. So I kind of set myself the challenge of taking them all on. I reckon I've done about 20 of them so far. I reckon I've probably got that again, although, like I say, I'm finding new places all the time. And just some absolutely fantastic examples of pubs. And you see how busy they are, how popular they are. And I think eventually it will become a phenomenon that takes hold in the rest of the country as well. So it's something that we should be really celebrating here as something we've innovated.
I think it is important as well that you say very often these are pubs that either closed down or are on their last legs. There's one you've mentioned in Handsworth, the Red Lion. Is that in Handsworth or in West Brom?
That's in West Brom.
And it kind of, if it's the pub I'm thinking, a pub that had seen better days, and then you think, you know what? This might go the way of so many pubs and close down, sadly. We bid it farewell, but actually been re-energised, brought back to life. And that's one of the new Soho Tavern as well in Hockley was shut down, because I remember drinking in that as a pub, and I remember, standing there looking doe-eyed at it because it had closed down. It's open now again,
and it's very, very popular as well. Really popular.
So I mean, there's a great push here against the closure of traditional pubs as well, but they're traditional pubs reinvented. And your dish then that you always have, and are you doing this, by the way? I'll come to your dish actually. Are you doing this just for the heck of it?
It is. I think I think it was just a good opportunity to kind of create a social history record of this moment in time, and try and bring kind of provide some recommendations for people, and you find that the diversity in the pubs is so great that there's certain characteristics about different ones that you really kind of start to take to your heart.
Well, I'm looking down your list here now. You've got pubs in Birmingham city centre, Willenhall, Langley, Birmingham City Centre again, West Brom, Hockley, Borsalith, Walsall, West Brom again, Smethwick, Handsworth, Wolverhampton, Halesowen, Great Bar, Smethwick again, Rowley Regis. Really spans the industrial heart of Birmingham and the Black Country. Your top 3 of the 16 that you've been to so far, right? So you've got 50 to do. This is a temporary chart. In reverse order then, give us your top 3 up to 1.
I think we have to say also that in true BBC fashion, other mixed grills are available. However,
and you always have a mixed grill. We'll come to your top 3.
I do.
So
indeed.
what's in the mixed grill?
Well, in the mixed grill, they tend to have some pretty much staple ingredients, things like tandoori chicken wings, chicken tikka. But then there are some kind of ones that certain places include, others don't. You often have tandoori lamb chops, which can be quite hit and miss. Fish pakora is another common one. So each one does have different characteristics, and that's one of the great things about the blog, kind of comparing what ingredients actually include in this mixed grill.
Mike is nodding away with licking his lips.
Absolutely.
Have you got one, Mike, anywhere you particularly like?
Well, I don't know whether this is going to be in Matt's top 3, so I don't want to spoil it, but
okay.
Hen and Chickens.
The one on Constitution Hill.
Yes.
And again, a classic. That used to be. I used to go there as a preamble to going to gigs at the Cedar Club, long closed now, on Constitution Hill. Classic backstreet boozer, you'd say, surely can never survive in this day and age, but utterly rejuvenated. It still feels like a traditional backstreet boozer, but serves great Indian food as well. It's win-win. Go on, Matt, then your top 3.
I think from, like I say, it is a snapshot at the moment, and I never seek to be too critical.
Go on.
But in third place, I think the new Yew Tree, which is in Wolverhampton, a fantastic little place in quite an industrial area. Absolutely brilliant. The Shireland in Smethwick is another pub that was kind of very run down, but has been given an absolute new lease of life and is very, very popular as well. But for me, the ultimate one that I've been to so far is Special Spices in Great Bar, and this is a pub called the Asprey Tavern at one time, which had a bit of a colourful history at one time.
Not far from the Scott Arms.
That's right. That's right. And that's been completely reborn, and the food there is just absolutely fantastic. Some of the best shish and some of the best fish pakora I think I've had anywhere in the world. So I'll definitely give it a recommendation, but look and have a look at the blog and see which ones are near you and give it a try.
It's called Grillers in the Mixed. Surely the worst pun of the year, but the best blog. Matt, thanks very much indeed for coming in. You've heard his recommendations. Go on, celebrate it, enjoy it, make the most of it. We're special. We're privileged to have this sort of stuff around us. So thanks for that, Matt. It's great.